today's video, we're going to be creating the simple cards UI design in Figma. It's a very quick project if you just want to do something very quick and you need some cards design or inspiration for your web design. Well, yeah, anyway, let's get started. I already have my image in a file, so you can go ahead and just download the image. The link is going to be in the description box below. The text we're going to use is also going to be in the description box below. You can just go ahead and download it. I'm going to start with a frame. So I'm going to click on F and I want to create a desktop frame. And now I'm just going to grab my image and bring it into this frame. And I'm just going to align it to one edge and then extend it so that it goes across the entire width of our frame. It's just a little bit larger. It should be 1440. Next up, I'm going to double click and I want to reduce the height to 460. So I'll reduce it from both the top and I'm also going to reduce it from the bottom so that we'll have the height at 460. And yeah, this looks good. I'm just going to maybe I could just move it up. Let's see, right around here. That's fine. I'm just going to click on escape to close that. Next up, I want to add a sort of color over our image. So instead of modifying the image itself, over at fill, add another fill, and it's going to add a layer of this black color over our image. We're going to just change this opacity to 45%, and I'm going to leave the color as black. Next up, let's insert a text. So I'm going to click on T. I'm going to grab my text. So the heading of this section is our values. So I'm just going to paste. I'm going to come closer. The font for this is going to be, it's currently Garamond. I want it to be Cormorant Garamond. And I'm going to let me change the resizing to auto width. All right, we're going to change the size of this to 57 and the line height should be 64. Okay, and next up, let's change the color of this. So I'm going to go over to fill. I'm going to change the color to FFF9F4. Next up, I'm going to insert an icon. So I'm going to right click, go over to plugins, and I'm going to run Iconify. The icon I want is, we're going to search for hand taking leaf. And we're going to have only one icon option, which is this one from line icons. So I'm just going to bring it into our frame and I'm going to select this text so I can grab the color. So I'm just going to go over to the fill color, copy the color, and then I'm going to select the icon over in selection colors. I'm going to paste it and then change the color. Let's go over to dimensions and we are going to change the dimensions to 60 by 60. All right, let me grab a copy of this text so we don't have to change color. So I'm just going to grab a copy of this text and bring it here. I'm going to change the size to 20 and the line height is going to be 24. Let me just bring it here. And I'm going to grab my text. So the first one is this. I'm going to copy it and then paste. Let me grab another copy of this text box. This font, we are going to change the font to Laura. The size is going to be 14 and line height is going to be 20. Let's grab the remaining text for this card. I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to paste it here. Let me change the width. So it's the resizing for my text right now is auto width. I'm going to change it to auto height so I can change the width. The width is going to be 215. Let me also change the alignment of the text to center. So I'm going to select all of these three items. I'm going to use Alt H, or you could use this alignment option and then align horizontal centers. And then I'm going to make it a frame. Let's go over to gap. We're going to make the gap between them 20. And yeah, we are done with our first card. Now we can use it to create the other 4. I'm just going to create copies. Let me move this. I'm going to create 2 more copies. 1 and then 2. Oops. All right, now we can select all of this, and I'm going to make the spacing between them 24, and I can make it a frame using Shift and A, and I'm going to bring it to the center of my frame, and I'm going to select these 2 items, and I'm going to also make it a frame just to make it easier, or I could I undid what I just did. Select this as well, including the image, make it a frame. Now you see that the spacing at the top and bottom is not equal. So this is why when I'm creating frames like this, Figma will always use whatever you use as, say, like the background. In this case, sometimes it will change the alignment, sometimes it won't. In this case, it didn't change the alignment, so I just had to undo it. But that's fine. I try to do my tutorials like so you can see my process of when I'm designing my projects, because you come and you see me, oh, put this here, put that here, put this here. I try to add a little bit of my process so you can, when you are creating your own project, you can create it the same way. So I just undid that. I'm going to make the spacing between the top and bottom 60, and then I'm going to align it to the middle like this. Now I have these 2 items selected. Select the image. Now I'm going to make it a frame, and now we'll see that the spacing on the top and bottom is either equal or almost equal. Sometimes you have more on the top or bottom by 1 or 2 just because of the dimensions, and you can see on both sides it's equal. But yeah, that's how I tend to plan out my design when I'm creating. Put everything where you feel like you're comfortable with, and then make a frame out of it, or sometimes just group. But anyway, I have my frame. So now you can see that we have a frame, and the background of the frame is now, the fill of the frame is now an image with this overlay. So now you can either leave it as it is, maybe save it as a design you can use, or you could just go ahead and change it. So I'm going to change the items in the card. Let's change the items in this second one. So I'm going to select this icon. I'm going to right click, go over to plugins, and then I'm going to run Iconify. I'm going to search for calm, and I want to use this one from material symbols. I'm going to replace icon, and it's going to replace it to match the dimensions as well as the color, so we don't need to change anything about the icon. I'm going to grab the text. I'm going to copy this, come here, and then paste, and then I'm going to come over here, select all of this, copy, and then I'm going to paste. Let's move on to the next one. Select this icon, right click, go over to plugins, and then Iconify. This time it's going to be fireplace, and the icon I want is this one. Now you see that there are multiple options. It's just that the one I want to use is this one, Fluent Fireplace 24 regular. So I'm going to replace icon. Let me see. And then I'm going to close this. Let me grab the text. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste, and then I'm going to grab the remaining text, and then I'm going to copy and then paste. And I'm going to right click on the final icon, go over to plugins, Iconify. I'm going to search for, let me search for leaf. Hopefully I'll be able to find the one I want quickly instead of scrolling down so much. I want to use this one, this icon, and I'm going to replace I'm going to close, and then I'm going to copy this text, and then I'm going to grab this, copy, and then I'm going to paste. And yeah, I'm just going to zoom out and we can see our entire cards. So you can go ahead and save this. Maybe you want to create in this case it's our values, but these are basically cards. You can use it for category services, whatever you need to divide into different sections. You can use something like this. But if you're trying to get into UI design and you want to look for something simple to work on, this is a very easy one to work with. But yeah, anyway, we are done with this particular tutorial. If you want to watch similar videos like this, you can either click on the video on screen right now, or if you want to watch even longer videos where we have much more complicated projects, you can check out the description box below for the links to courses and videos with even longer tutorials. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.